so today I'm going to be talking about the number one concern that you should be focused on and the first question that you should be asking before you adopt any pet. So that question is, will I be able to care for this pet for their entire life expectancy? And I find this issue to be very pressing because I've currently started fostering and I'm shocked by the amount of guinea pigs and rabbits and other small animals that come into the shelter because people simply can't care for them anymore. So I'm going to give you guys some tips and talk a little bit more about that question and give you a scenario. So this really goes for any pet, but I'm going to be doing it specifically for guinea pigs because these two are the ones I'm fostering right now. So let's say that you are 13 years old and you've just decided that you want to get 2 guinea pigs. Awesome, right? So now that you've gotten your 2 guinea pigs, we're going to fast forward 5 years, and you're 18 years old, you're ready to go off to college, and mom and dad don't know what to do with these guinea pigs because they don't want to take care of them every day. They don't want to spot clean and give them their food and water. They probably don't have a bond with their guinea pigs like you do, and you can't take them with you into your dorm. So what do? Most of the time, the answer is people will give their animals up for adoption at shelters and humane societies. So that isn't necessarily a bad thing to do. I mean, it's better than neglecting them, but you really want to avoid the situation. So I'm going to give you guys some ideas of how to just avoid the situation in the first place. So number one is just do your research. And right now I'm going to be putting up some age and life expectancies of small animals because I feel like a lot of times people don't realize how long certain small animals actually can live up to. So here are some of the ages. So here are some life expectancies. Now I know what everyone is going to say. Those are just estimates. Who is a goldfish that lives 10 to 20 years? Well, I will tell you who. I have a goldfish that lived 10 to 20 years because he is 12 years old right now. I got him as a feeder fish from Walmart and he is 12 years old. So look at the maximum life expectancy and don't expect anything less than that. Sure, is it unlikely your goldfish is going to live that long? Yes, that's pretty unlikely, but it is possible. So be prepared for the maximum life expectancy and don't expect anything less. Be prepared for if your animal does live that long and don't just think that they're probably only going to live 2 or 3 years instead of the 8. So now I'm going to go into some ideas of what you can do if you are thinking about this and you're like, oh wait, now I think I might be going off to college in a few years, or I might be going off into the military or workforce or whatever you're doing or whatever your plans are, and you're worried about what you're going to do with your small animal, or you're worried now that you can't get a small animal. So if you want to get a small animal, but you're worried about what you're going to do because you're going off to wherever and you're not going to be home to care for them that long, here are my suggestions. Number 1, adopt an older animal. Shelters are such great places. Almost all the time they know how old their animals are and they can tell you, and they will have like a 5-year-old guinea pig compared to like a pet shop, which almost all their guinea pigs are like other animals are babies. So get them from a shelter, and not only do you actually know the age, but you can get an age that works for you. So if you're going off to college in 5 years, maybe get a guinea pig that's already 4 years old or something like that, so that you can be prepared. And that way it's really nice to get a little bit of an older pet too, because then you don't always have to deal with like the younger jitters and learning how to handle them. They're usually pretty socialized at that point. So the next suggestion is decide that you're going to get this animal with your entire family. So I caution against this because if you have younger siblings and they say they're going to care for your pet, and then 5 years later it comes time, they might not still want to do it. So that's why you need to talk with your parents about this as well, and your entire family, to make sure that everyone is on the same page and get a firm commitment from your entire family. Make sure that they know the amount of work that it actually entails, and don't kind of sugarcoat things and be like, oh yeah, guinea pigs are pretty low maintenance. They don't really need to be cleaned or like fed every single day. Yes, they do. They're not like hamsters. Like, you have to check on them and clean their cages every single day. So that is going to be my next suggestion. And then my third suggestion is, if you can't have an animal like a guinea pig that lives like 8 years, get a hamster or get a gerbil or a rat. They actually all make really, really great pets. I've had Syrian hamsters and I love them so much. They only live 2 to 3 years, and all those animals only live 2 to 3 years, so just get an animal with a shorter lifespan. Then my third suggestion is to foster. So like I said, I'm currently fostering these guinea pigs right now, and it is working out so well. Oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun, guys. So my reason for fostering right now is because these two guys are on a pregnancy watch. So I am keeping them for 2 months, which is normally longer than the typical foster period for small animals. I didn't even realize you could foster like guinea pigs and rabbits till this year, but I'm going off to college next year and I wanted an animal that I could care for over the summer, but I knew I couldn't commit. So I decided to foster, and it has been an amazing experience. Not only am I helping the shelter out, and it also counts for volunteer hours, like literally caring for my pets, because I feel like they're my pets, count as volunteer hours, which is super cool. So it's a great opportunity for so many reasons. Like, it's literally volunteering, so you can use that if you're in any high school clubs or middle school clubs for volunteer hours, which is awesome. And you're literally just having fun caring for your pets. So yeah, that is a great opportunity. Check into your local shelters. They don't just need foster parents for dogs and cats. They also need foster parents for rabbits, guinea pigs, hamsters, even really tiny animals like mice. So check out that. And then the last thing is going to be to volunteer. So if you can't foster and if you can't do any of the other options, volunteer at your local animal shelter. You can at least get some interaction with the guinea pigs and with any other small animals. You can walk dogs. You can do so much stuff with volunteering. So that would be my last suggestion for you, so you can still get a really hands-on experience with animals even if you don't actually have them. So what do you do if you are in this situation now? So if you're listening to me and realizing that you are 15 years old and you have a 2-year-old guinea pig, what are you gonna do? So my suggestion for you would be to go out and talk to friends, talk to family members, talk to a lot of different people and ask if they know anyone that's interested, so you can personally find someone. It's kind of like getting your pet adopted, but you're the one facilitating it, instead of like giving them up to an animal shelter. So try to find a home for your animal personally and make sure that they're a good fit. Make sure that whoever is taking your animal is a really good owner for them and everything. And then even if it's like really far out in the future that you're going to school or going into the workforce, even if it's like 3 years out, still try to find someone right now and have a backup then for them as well in case that falls through for whatever reason. So that would be my suggestion. If that doesn't work out, a shelter is always an option, but ideally you want to avoid going to a shelter and you want to give them to someone you know, or just avoid that situation altogether. So I hope this video helped. I hope it hopefully prevents some people from not thinking this through in the future, and I hope I also helped by giving you guys some insight to what to do if you're in this problem. So thank you so much for watching and have an awesome day.